What's up, guys? This is Frenzy. Welcome back to another episode of Viewer Castles. Today, the first person will be StormSexy. His castle level is 8, so he's doesn't have quite the highest level of monsters. He shouldn't really have any crowd control effects, so he's gonna have to be kind of tricky with like how he knocks stuff back into traps and stuff like that. So we'll see how he has everything set up. Okay, so this guy's a basher. Let's see. See how this works. I'm just kind of seeing if this guy is actually skippable. I also want to know if I get hit by that, what actually happens. Because I know when they charge, they don't really stun, but I don't know if this guy actually has his knockdown effect or not. Alright, so he's got a little hunger trap set up. The thing that I have to say about this hunger trap, or this hunger bot with the trap here, is even all the way down here when I'm fighting this group, I know exactly what's coming up here. So no one should get pulled by this almost ever. You really want to have any sort of hunger bot with spring trap set up to always be coming from the south. You always want the hook to be coming up towards the hero, not where they have the most vision possible. Hero's vision, the way that the game is you have this automatic kind of zoom in that's coming from this side down towards the hero. I don't know how to explain it, but you have more vision up towards the top side than towards the bottom side, and the minimum amount of vision is where the skill bar is. So the best possible thing is to have it coming through the skill bar. Whereas with this one, I can see it way before it's actually happening. And it looks like that Cyclops is completely skippable, this one right over here. So you want to do something about that. I don't know exactly what you could do. Maybe add a Snotter over next to it so that it's touching that side. Or you could even just completely scrap it and try something different there. I don't know. Or have it pull through the wall over into here. There's a couple different things you could do, but so far that's not quite working. And also the whole coming up from the top hunger bot, you might want to just change around this room completely and see if something else could work a little bit better for you. Because what I'm noticing just in general here is that all of your rooms are going up, and you really want all of your rooms to be going down and towards the left. It's kind of going the opposite way, up and towards the right. That's how I can come into this room and I can see exactly what I'm up against. I know exactly what's coming. So I do want to get hit by this just to see. Yeah, okay. So in my opinion, your Cyclopses will be a bit more effective if they're on the charge ability. Even up until this point, you're not going to get any benefit really. They're a little bit better damage, but there's a lot more utility you can do by charging backwards. You can push the hero in different ways that you want to do. That's the only form of CC you have, so you kind of want to make use of that, I think. So again, I mean, your castle's going up towards this way. So you're giving the hero more room, more vision than they necessarily should have. Yeah, there's a mini stun on them, but I don't think it's as effective as it is when you have charge. I think that CC is a bit better. Okay, and then you have Pete Poundmore. He's also got this. I really like the 3 fist attack. I think it does a bit more damage. But that's just, I guess, my opinion, because I have seen people using the double fist slam on Pete Poundmore, so I don't know. So I mean, the biggest thing that I can say about your castle is you want to redesign it so that the hero is always moving towards the south and not moving towards the top of the screen. Vision is a pretty important part when you're designing your castle. That's the most important thing out of everything that I've seen, and then all the little things that I stated other than that. All right. So we'll get on to the second one in just a second. Alright, and the second one will be Julie. She is castle level 15, so she has a reasonable amount available to her. I'm not sure exactly the summoner level that's tied into that. I could figure it out, but we'll just jump into it and see. Alright, so what is this going to be? A fire trap? Alright. And then we have Snotters. Is this going to pull into anything else? Yeah, that looks like there's a hunger bot. So the only way that this hunger bot is going to work is pretty much with a knight, I think. Because an archer can come around this corner and just shoot down here, And that range, with your hunger bot only being, being under level 4 basically, you're never going to have enough range on your hunger bot to actually shoot the archer if he's using range to kill these guys. So the only time this is going to work is if a knight comes around the corner and starts going to melee range, and goes to attack it. Like I'm not 100% sure on that, because with a hunger bot standing directly on the trap, sometimes they'll hit the corner of it and still get thrown. And other than that, like, this is working up till that, except for, okay, so here's something that I was going to talk about. Alright, so this is kind of the same room setup that I said, that I did my Springtrap tutorial type video on. And I want to talk a little bit about it, and what you guys just saw happen. That's a little bit different. Okay, so if you guys watched it and you remember what I said, like, even if this works perfectly and you do get this hunger bot pull, which this will work at level 4, okay, but where you're at right now, I get pulled over to here, okay, because this is on a corner, I still get pulled into this mob group. This mob group pulls me down, pulls me over to here, and I get flung here. However, when I get flung here, this group didn't activate. Okay, I moved down just to make sure that I was correct. This group didn't activate. Now the reason behind that is because with these hunger bots only being level 3 or below, their hunger bot is their pull is slower. Not only is it a smaller range, but it's also slower. That extra speed upgrade that you get at level 4 actually gives it momentum going into this trap, which makes this trap throw him farther, and like throws it into this area, which actually pulls this mob group. So this whole, like, straight, when you're doing straight throws, you'll never be able to throw into another mob group off of a Springtrap combo, unless you have level 4 hunger bots or above. Okay? So that's one thing you want to do, is either change the room so you're going to go back around another corner downwards or something like that, or you want to just leave it where I'm getting, like, thrown into this group, and then you can, like, pull into debasers or stairmasters, I mean, or something like that to kill the hero. Like, as of right now, that actually can't quite reach this mob group, unless you just, like, rush up to hunger bot level 4, which is at 215 defense. I don't know exactly the, I think it's like level 10, level 10, what do you call it, summoning portal. So, like, your idea was good, like, you throw him into a Pete Poundmore, which is probably on Enrage, and you just kind of kill him from there. But I think you probably would want to currently scrap this one and just have him, like, throw into another mob group or something like that. Or actually, you'd want to even scrap this one, right? You'd get thrown into this one, and then you'd have this pull into, like, fire mines or something. Or change the room so it'll work the way you want it to. Or rush to level 4 hunger bots. There's a couple things that you can do. But currently that won't work the way you want it to. You have to throw around a corner. Like, something you could do that you shouldn't do, I'm just going to say for an example purposes. Let's say I get pulled into here, and this is like a spring trap down here or something, and I get thrown over to here. If you had this turned this way, so that the spring trap threw you, the second spring trap threw you, like, in this direction over to here, you could do the same thing, and you could have it, like, pull 3 mob groups that way. But then that whole group would be skippable if you missed. I'm just saying, like, for example purposes, you have to go around corners until you get hunger bot level 4, because you don't have the same momentum. I hope that made sense. Okay, so, like, this is a pretty good time wasting mechanic with the Dr. Skull on heal and the Defendatron. A lot of people use that as a time waster. Slow traps. So yeah, I mean, this whole room just is like a big time sink. And I went the wrong way, which is fun. It looks like these 3 mobs are skippable. So they're able to skip one of these groups. So I'd say move these maybe over to here. But then also the Dr. Skull would be skippable if I went directly this way. So you want to make it so no mob groups are skippable. Alright, same little time wasting mechanic here. And alright, and this is that. I just want to make sure of something just before I go. Just make sure there's no mobs up here. Okay, so if I would say anything is to change these maybe to slow traps, because I mean people can delay themselves less. People like delay less around fire mines rather than slow traps. Like if they go the wrong way, you want to punish them for that. Using slow traps, I think, is better in my opinion. And then I could get pulled into this, which launches me into the boss room, I'm guessing. And another one, and into fire traps. Okay. So I have one thing to say about this. If I can ever live again. Please allow me to live. Okay. Hold on, let me kill this and then I'll say, because I might actually like this is actually the most obnoxious thing ever. So this is good. I like this. I like this. Like if people fall for this, they'll probably die. I have one thing to say that'll make it a little bit better. At least I think. Okay. Alright, so your Cyclopses. First of all, they didn't hit me, which is technically a good thing. But I think you can make them hit me and still do what you want to do. Alright? So here's what I have to say. Your Scorpio was back here and it pulled me into fire mines, okay? And then you had two Cyclopses here and here that were trying to charge up towards me. Had those Cyclopses hit me, they would have pushed me away from the Scorpio and away from these fire mines before they detonated. So what you want to do is you probably want to turn with the rotate key. You want to turn these guys towards the wall, and you want to have them like right around in this area, so that they're lined up with this Scorpio. So I get pulled in, and then you have two Cyclopses that turn around and both charge me from each direction, and just like push me into each other. That way they still hit with their charges, and you still hit with the fire mines. And then after that, you're gonna have another Scorpio up here, which is gonna be pulling me back towards this way, which will like line them up again for another straightforward charge away. And then I get pulled this way, and it's a good setup. It's a really annoying setup if you get pulled by it, but you want to make your Cyclopses hit, but also let the two fire mines hit as well. So I hope that helped. It's a pretty good castle overall. Just those couple things that I was mentioning about how that the Hunger Bots won't really work until you get up to level 4. But change that up and you should be having pretty good success with your castle. It's pretty nice. And that end boss room is really good as well. Alright, so we'll jump into number 3 in just a second. Okay, and the third will be Lootery, castle level 18. So he has quite a bit available to him. I'm only castle level 19, so he should have pretty much everything. I think he should even have Hunger Bots level 4 if he wants them. He might have Hunger Bots level 4, because you can't have too many level 20 minions, and Hunger Bot level 4 is 20, I believe. So we'll see what he has. Alright, so I'm looking, it looks like he's got 2 Cyclopses with Enrage. Okay. In my opinion, Enrage isn't that great on the Cyclopses that have their big over-the-head swing, just because their attack is so slow to begin with. It doesn't really increase it much, in my opinion. Like, if you have it on the Fists of Rage or whatever, it's pretty good. But, I don't know, I might replace that with something else. If you could, like, replace that and a Snotter with maybe a Archer or something, it might be better for you. Okay. Yeah, that's not too bad. You have this set up so when I come into the room, there's a chance that the Scorpio hits me back into this fire trap, doing a little bit of extra damage. I don't mind that too much. Yeah, that's pretty good. The only thing else I was going to say is you also had a Hunger Bot over here, and I was kind of looking for another group down in this area. Like, I think you maybe are missing an opportunity over here, where you have this Hunger Bot coming to like right around this area because of the pull through the wall, right? If you have another aggro circle that's just barely inside of where that Hunger Bot might pull from, like down into this area, if there's some way that you could set that up, there's a chance that the Hunger Bot pulls you into another mob group, and then you have a secondary mob group here. But if that pull doesn't go off, like this isn't like the best area to have another mob group. I would say maybe only having like one Snotter in this area, and then something down closer to this fire trap might make it a bit better. I just think it's a slight missed opportunity, that's all. It's not like bad or anything, it's just, yeah. Alright, so we have this. Does that pull this? Okay. So they're all both in one group. So I'm guessing it's a pull through the wall up into this area, but I'm not 100% sure. Yep. Squidleys. I haven't seen squidleys in forever. Just a bunch of squidleys. That's kind of interesting. I don't know how well it would work. I mean, I don't actually have that much to say about it because, I mean, I've seen farm dungeon with squidleys in it before. I don't think like they're the best unit in the world, but maybe it works. I don't know. I've never really tried it or messed around with it, so I can't really say much about it. This guy got stuck on the wall. I'm not sure why. And then that guy pulls. That's cool. That's cool. So I'm trying to think how this might work. So I could come down and actually pull the squidleys and start fighting them in this area. And I can't like pull back around the corner because of this fire trap. So it makes you want to fight in this area, which makes that Hungerbot pull work better. I don't mind. I think that's pretty good. The only thing I could say is maybe the squidleys aren't the best choice, but I don't really know how good they work for you. The only thing I can say about it is I used to farm a dungeon that had all squidleys in it, and it was made to be a farm dungeon, so I don't know. Alright, the Zeke wasn't on headshot. I think it might be better if it's on headshot. Alright, what else do we have? Okay, so, I mean, Skeleton Warriors, I always try to use them in my dungeon. Like, when the patch first came out, patch 15, I tried to use them a bunch and they weren't really working well for me. Like, with the heal and everything, like, this might work well for you. I don't know because I'm not the same level as you. I'm, like, over-leveled. I don't know how long it actually takes for people to kill this mob group. Like, if it's doing sufficient damage, that's fine. I don't know about this. Like, maybe it's for this. Hold on. Okay, yeah. So it's, the whole purpose of this is so that I'm back behind here. And I get pushed back into that. Like, that's pretty good. It's the same basic concept that you had going on up there. It pushes me back into the fire. So it doesn't really need to pull me into anything, it just pushes me back to the last trap. So okay, that placement on the trap was fine, I think. And then there's this. Yep. That's a good setup. It's basically the same thing I use. It's good. I get a lot of kills like this. Although I think yours might actually be in a better position than mine, even. Let me just look. It's about the same. Like, I don't know if there's any way to set it up to go through this, but like, there's still, the health globe is still kind of in the way of this hook, so it's still good. It's a good position. Then maybe another one? Archers, okay. Is it just archers, it looks like? Yeah. Oh, and an enrage. Okay, yeah, that could work. The only thing I would say is archers have a pretty substantial range. Like I'm assuming you have them back down in here. So what I would say is you could even have the aggro circle on like the Snotter to scout, like back down in here, because you want the hero as far down into this corridor as possible. So when the archers move their shots, I can't get back around the corner in time before the archer shots hit me, because their range is so long. So I would say like move the aggro circle back a little bit, and that's good. Alright, and then what do we have for the boss room? Oh, Count Nottingham. Alright. Actually, Count Nottingham has gotten a lot better with that patch. Like, I remember running into one that was pretty high level, and he actually did decent damage to me, so I mean, he's fine. That's fine for a boss room, I think. As long as it's working for you, it works fine. Alright, so pretty good castle. That's the third one. So that's going to end today's episode. If you guys want to be a part of it, 3 ways to contact me are leave a comment in the video, attack my castle and leave a comment letting me know. You have to let me know like your in-game name, possibly your summoner level and your castle level. And also you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. It'll be in the description, and a little thing on the screen should be popping up right around now. And that's it for this episode. If you guys enjoy what I do, please subscribe and leave a like, and I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you for watching.